Hi y'all, what is up? It is your girl Amber with another video here today. God bless you all in Jesus' name. As you probably can tell by the quality of my video here, I have a little bit of a new setup. So bear with me as I am working through the kinks, but today we are going to go through my third part of my perfume collection. And as you can see, we have them all lined up here on my little cabinet. This is actually where I keep all of my perfumes, but let's go ahead and dive on into it. So I'm sorry, pardon my reach. I'm gonna have to keep reaching over here, but I'm gonna start off with these two. And these are both from Addison Ray. This one is Chill AF. This one smells clean. It is, and my camera is a little bit, like it's not focusing very well. Oh, there we go. This smells clean, fruity, but what I love about the packaging with these, it kind of like changes with your heat. So as you can see, it changes packaging. So I thought that was so cute and so awesome. But this is just a clean, fruity perfume. I picked this up from Amazon for like 40 bucks. So it's nothing groundbreaking, but it was a nice perfume. And this one is Happy AF. And as you can tell, this one changes pink with the heat of your hand. And this smells fruity. This one's probably my favorite one from her collection. But it's a really nice fragrance. Nothing to that's like groundbreaking or anything, but it's really nice. So I'm glad I picked it up. I probably wouldn't repurchase this one, but it is a nice fragrance. And again, I'm sorry, I have to reach going back and forth. I'm kind of trying to figure out what works for me here, but this next one is from Mont Blanc, and it is their signature perfume. This is clean. It's also milky, and it's delicious. On cold sniff, you'll probably smell it and be like, oh, this is nothing really too exciting or groundbreaking, but guys, when you put this on, it is amazing. It does something when it comes in contact with your skin and when it warms up to your clothes. It is delicious. Highly recommend this one. Definitely would recommend that you get this one. Sorry, things are kind of changing with my lighting here as well. And then I'm gonna get into my Chanel fragrances. So the first one that I have, I'm just gonna pick them up two at a time. This is Chanel Tendre. This one is okay to me. As you guys know, and as I've said in the past, the Chanel the fruity fragrances, or excuse me, the floral fragrances, they're not my favorite, but this one's an okay perfume. Like, I can see why people like it, but I don't think that it's anything groundbreaking. It's nice, it's cute, but this isn't one that I think that it's worth the money, to be honest. You could pick up so many other things that are similar to this and pay way less. This one is Chance Au Vive, and this is the most recent one that I picked up. Come on, camera, focus. This one, again, I just picked it up. It's kind of similar to the original. I prefer the original. This is citrusy, and it also has a little bit of like the men's cologne Acqua di Gioia, something like that. It kind of smells a little bit similar to that to me. I don't know. If any of you guys have smelled this one before, let me know if you think of the same thing, because I'm really getting Acqua di Gioia with that. And then I have two more from the Chance line. And here's the original. I look crazy. Oh my gosh. But this one is the original. This is probably my second favorite of the line. It's sophisticated, it's sexy, it's boss lady. It's also very citrusy. I love this. I like to wear this around New Year's. It is a beautiful scent at like New Year's, winter, when I'm working to get stuff done. Such a good perfume. But my favorite, as you guys probably know, as I've said in the past, I love freshies. So my favorite is the fresh line, the fresh one, so the one that comes in the green bottle. And it's so citrusy and fresh. It kind of smells a little bit like a men's cologne, but it's not. Oh my gosh. I can't get enough of this. If I had to get rid of all my perfumes and I had to just stick with one, I probably would just keep this one because I feel like it's just that good. Like, don't get me wrong, I love other ones a lot, but I feel like you can get away with wearing this one year round, even though it's probably best for like summer and springtime. But this is one of my favorites. I want to see if my camera will focus. That's focused enough, right? And then I have one more from Chanel, and this is the Coco Mademoiselle, and this is the Low Privé version. I'm actually not a fan of the original. This is, I mean, you guys know what Coco Mademoiselle smells like. This just doesn't have a harsh patchouli note in it. So I think this one's a little bit more of an easy wear to use, but it's a decent fragrance. Here, I'm gonna change my lighting around here as well. Maybe that will help with the, there we go. I think that will make things a little bit easier for viewing purposes, but this is just a really nice fragrance, though. I don't use it very often because I feel like this is probably best used for your weddings or if you have like a special event to go to. But again, it's nice, it's pretty. I personally like it that more than the original. I actually got rid of my original and I kept that one. And here is another one that I absolutely love, and this is MAC, and it's the Creme de Nude version of it. I don't know what I'm saying here, but oh my goodness, this is so stinking good. I love this. This is creamy. It's beautiful. It's one of those that, like, the more it sits on your skin, the more amazing it becomes. So I highly recommend this. I prefer this over the MAC Candy Yum Yum version. So pick this up if you can. It is so delicious, especially if you love creamy fragrances. And then here's one of my only large sizes of the Nest perfumes, and this is Wild Poppy. This is just a beautiful, and again, I know I say I hate floral perfumes, but this is fruity, it's floral. It's probably a little bit more fruity than floral, but I really like this one. It's an easy grab, and guys, the packaging is just so beautiful. I love that, and I don't think I mentioned, did I say that this was Wild Poppy? I think I did, but just in case, it's Wild Poppy. But delicious perfume. This is probably my favorite from the Nest line. And this is a recent one that came out. So this is Q by Dolce & Gabbana. This just came out this past summer. And to me, I love this one. I think that this is so good. And this smells like a cherry version of light blue to me. And so I absolutely love this. I will have this in my collection at all times. I think that it's so good, but I heard that this fragrance didn't like do too well, which kind of makes me sad, and I'm a little nervous that they're gonna end up discontinuing it, but I actually really like it. So if you do like the light blue Dolce & Gabbana scent and you like cherry, try this one out. And then here's a little bit more of one of my expensive perfumes, and this is by Delena, and it is the R Roses, or Rose, or whatever it is. But this is such a gorgeous bottle, guys. Like, oh my goodness, this is so cute. And this is just like a creamy rose. Oh, it really does smell like the original of the Delena, but it's a little bit more soft. But it's a really good one. I honestly prefer this one over the original. It's a little different and it's a little bit lighter. And sticking with the Perfume de Marly line, I also have this one. And what is it called? Oh, it's Oriana. And that my bottle is so beaten up. Like at one point, I literally dropped another perfume on it and it broke. And the smell was getting to me so bad. And it was also on like the little cord decoration piece, so I ended up cutting it off. So my girl, she is crusted and busted here, but she still smells amazing. This reminds me, it's Orange Blossom, which I normally don't like Orange Blossom too much, but it's an orange blossomy scent. It just smells really good. Like, it kind of reminds me of Fruity Pebbles, but in a really good way, not a bad way, guys. good fruity pebbles. This is honestly, I love Oriana more than the other Perfume de Marly's, but this is a really nice one, and the bottle, again, absolutely gorgeous. And let's get into my Chaoli fragrances. I feel like Chaoli is like hopping and popping right now. So let's start off with the two most recent ones that came out this summer, and they are both the Wedding Santal. This one is supposed to be more the feminine version, and this is the more masculine version. But the Wedding, this is probably one of my favorites. I get so many compliments on this. It's champagne-y, it's sexy, it's fresh, it's gourmand. Like, there are so many things in this perfume, and it is so good. Again, I get so many compliments, like people that I wouldn't even like realize or that would actually say something have said something to me saying that this is amazing. I know that this is also a limited time perfume, and I think that it came back to Chaoli's website literally like yesterday from when I'm filming this, and it already sold out really quickly. But if you can get your hands on one of these, I recommend. I hope and pray that she decides to bring this back as a full-time fragrance, because this is so good, and again, it's one of my top favorites. And then here is the men's version. Like I said, it is again, it's a really nice fragrance. This one is just a little bit more woody. It's more masculine. It's supposed to be technically, I think, for a man, but honestly, I wear it. I think it is so good. But this one's my favorite, and then this one's also really good too. And here are two of my larger bottles. So obviously, girl, I have to have the Chaoli Vanilla 28. So good. I try to not use this too much, so I only have like a little dent because again, this is just so good and I don't want to overuse it, but it's so good. Oh my goodness, I am so excited now for fall to come around. This is vanilla-y. It's got some like brown sugar orchid to it. This is such a good vanilla. This is probably my favorite vanilla, and it's not a simple vanilla, but I feel like it's also a pretty safe one. And then I also have the Yum Pistachio Cream, or Yum Pistachio Gelato. This was another recent one that they brought out, and this is very different. It's not what I expected it to smell like, but I really love it. Most people thought that this was going to be a gelato, pistachio gelato scent. It's not exactly like the name says. It's nutty. Little bit of cream, but it's also soft, fluffy. It's also soft, fluffy perfume. I don't know. It does not smell like gelato, but it is delicious. I recommend, if you want to give this one a try. So I feel like it's not a safe blind buy from like the mixed reviews that I got. So I recommend getting a travel to try it out first. But I blind bought this and loved it. And next I'm going to go over my Clean Reserve line fragrances. So the first one that I have here, this is the Rain version, and my husband actually just got this for me for my birthday last year. It smells like their typical Rain version. It smells like clean, like it smells aquatic, but then it also has a little bit of like an earthy smell or a jungly smell. It's a really nice fragrance, and I love the Clean line because again, it doesn't necessarily have like a ton of chemicals with the perfumes. And oh my goodness, this is one of my favorites. I wear this to work a lot, and it's called Skin. This is salty, and I don't like salty fragrances, but this is salty, soft. There's a praline note, and I really get the praline in it. It is just absolutely delicious, and the more it sits with your skin, the better. Like honestly, with it also being a clean fragrance, you think that it won't last long, but this lasts for me like all day. Like I'm a recruiter for my full-time job, and I'll go to career fairs. This will last me all day, surprisingly. Like as I'm standing all day, probably sweating and smelling gross, this is so good. And then my last one from the Clean Reserve line is the Warm Cotton. And this is also one of my favorites. This is probably my favorite cottony perfume. It is a little bit headache inducing. Like if I spray too much, I get a little bit of a headache, but I will power through it if I need to because this is one of my favorites. This is kind of lemony, citrusy, but also cottony. It is not, I feel like a lot of people don't like this because it just smells like laundry, but I love it. I don't know. I think that it's so good. This is, if I want like a clean, fresh perfume, this is what I'm picking up. And I have so many perfumes, but this is a pretty big dent for somebody like me. And then I'm also gonna go into my Skylar perfumes. So this first one is Salt Air. I got this perfume when I first started getting into fragrances. And as you can tell, this is Skylar's older packaging and I have a pretty big dent with it. It just smells aquatic. It's fresh, it's aquatic-y. Like I feel like I can also smell seaweed in here. This used to be my favorite, but it's not anymore, but I still do like it. I still like to grab this, especially for a work day because it's inoffensive. Nobody's gonna be like choking on your perfume thinking that it's too much, but it's a good fragrance. And then here I have Coconut Cove. This is in their newer packaging here. I really like this. This is probably one of my favorite coconut fragrances. And this is just such an easy grab. This is my favorite coconut fragrance, and it smells like what it says. It smells like coconut. And let's get into some of the favorites of Skylar. So the first one that I have here is the Boardwalk Delight. When I first got this, I was like, guys, this smells like a porta potty to me. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, why am I not getting this? And I still get that on the first sniff, but when you wear this and put it on your skin, oh my gosh, your skin warms up. This warms up to your skin and it is so freaking good. I will have this in my collection all the time. It smells sweet. It smells a little bit like an ice cream store. So good. That sounds terrible though that I said that it smells like porta potty. No, that's probably that's for lack of a better terms, but this does not smell like porta potty. It smells delicious. I don't know how I got that at first. This is amazing. And then I almost dropped this one. This is the one that people I think most know about, and this is Vanilla Skye. Like the other one, I hated this at first. My friend wore this and she doused herself in it, and all the perfumes that she wears, they turn out floral on her, and I was choking. This turned out floral on her, and this doesn't even have any floral notes, so I'm like, where the heck did that come from? My skin, things do not change on my skin. It's actually really weird. This smells like from the bottle on my skin nonstop, so it smells like vanilla, it smells like cappuccino, and it smells amazing. I started wearing it though. It is so good. Highly recommend. These again are amazing Skylar perfumes, and if you have not tried Skylar, these are probably two of the best places to start. And then this is probably another easy one to try out as well. And then I'm gonna go through some Dime perfumes, and some of them I just recently picked up because they just dropped a couple of new ones at Ulta recently. So this first one, this is not a new one. This is Dan's Liz Boys. I'm so sorry. I am not French. I do not know how to speak all the fancy language and how to pronounce half of these perfumes. And if I am saying something completely wrong, feel free to let me know down in the comments. But this is just your Baccarat Rouge scent. Like, it's a clean version of Baccarat Rouge. There's nothing really to go on about that perfume. This is Tuesday Date Night, and this is Santal 33, I think is what it's called. I don't know if I'm gonna end up keeping this one in my collection because Santal is, woo, it is a powerhouse for me. I cannot always do that one, but I'm excited to at least try it out in a dupe version. Here is Core Memory. This is actually a new one that they brought out this summer. And this smells fluffy, fresh, fruity. I think that this is a dupe for the light blue. So that's exactly what it smells like. And then this is Lovely Dreams. And I'm trying to get my camera to focus. Come on, you can do it, camera. Well, you can, okay, there we go. That's at least good enough. But I got this a while ago, and this smells like the Sol de Janeiro, like the plum one. I think it's the 40 one. It's in the pink bottle. That's what this smells like. Next, I'm gonna go through my Ellis Brooklyn. So I only have 2 Ellis Brooklyn fragrances here. The first one is Salt, and I actually ended up picking this one up because of Kathleen Lights. I love her. And when I first picked this up, I was disgusted. I'm like, ew, she likes this one? But the more I smell this, honestly, it's really good. It's more salty, like it smells like you're at a salty beach. Like you can smell a little bit of the ocean, a little bit of sunscreen, not very sunscreeny, but then it's also sandy, and that's what I get from this fragrance. It is by no means an easy blind buy. If you have not smelled this before, I do not recommend just going to Ulta and picking this up or buying this online. I recommend going to the store, try it out, because again, it is not an easy blind buy. But one that I think is an easier blind buy is this Sweet one. This is one of my favorite perfumes. It's fluffy, it's fruity, there's ambrette. I think the notes in here are pear and there's ambrette. It's delicious. It took me a while to really love this fragrance, but now I do. This is an easy grab for me. And I think that this is probably one of their most popular fragrances behind Myth. Myth is like one that's like the OG for them, but this is a really good one. And now, this is a little bit more of a fancy fragrance, and I don't even know what the line is called, but the perfume is called, and it's in a different language, but I think in English it is translated to like the dance of the dragonfly. This is amazing. It smells like apple pie to me, and I know that a lot of people say that the Kilian, oh my goodness, what is it called? You guys probably already know which one I'm thinking about. The one Kilian perfume that looks like it's in like the brandy glass or whatever. People say that one smells like apple pie. This is like a sweet version of apple pie. It's really appley. It's really fresh. And this one I think is a little bit more of an easier blind buy. And this was way cheaper too. I mean, it was expensive, but it's way cheaper than Kilian. So I do recommend, if you ever see this one, pick it up if you like apple fragrances or like appley pie fragrances, because it is gourmand and fruity. And here is another one of my philosophy, and this is Fresh Cream Warm Cashmere. To me, this smells like a root beer float. So I really like this perfume, and it's an easy grab. So that's all I really have to say about that one. I feel like Forrest Gump, and that's all I got to say about that. And then 2 other Clean fragrances. Clean has the warm the reserve fragrance line, and then their original. So this one is Cool Cotton, and come on camera. This one it's like a warm cotton, but it's a little bit more fresh. It smells like kind of like you just got out of the shower. Easy grab. So if you want like a fresh laundry scent, this is probably a really easy like blind buy purchase. And then they most recently brought out this awesome, excuse me, I think I said awesome. Yes, Awesome Blossom. No, it's Apple Blossom. And this one is just fresh, fruity. Again, kind of like you just got out of the shower. Very good fragrance. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm like re-sniffing half of these too. I just can't help it. You guys know. And over here, I also have Princess, and this is the new Eau Fresh version. I was so excited when they brought this out. This smells like the original, but with a citrusy version. For some reason, this kind of reminds me of this. So I actually love this one. This one's really good. I hope that this is a full-time collection thing because I really would repurchase this. This is just the summer version of the original princess line, or princess version from Kilian. And here is Misty or Blooming Bouquet. This is just a sparkling floral perfume. Again, I don't really like floral perfumes, but this one's really nice. I can take this one. This one's really nice. I wouldn't grab this for any regular day, but if I'm going somewhere fancy and I want to smell elegant, I'd probably grab this one. Ooh, Guerlain, Mon Guerlain. This actually became one of my favorites. So when I first picked this up, I'm gonna sound terrible. I thought that this smelled like kitty litter. Like, did anybody else get that when you first smelled this perfume? But then I wore it and tried it a couple of times, and I fell in love with this fragrance. It is vanilla. It's lavendery. You really do have to let it sit on your skin too to let it kind of develop over time, but it is so good. I wouldn't recommend to just like wear this at any point in the year. This is a really good winter fragrance because it is a powerhouse. Ooh, and then this is one of my favorite aquatic perfumes, and it's actually my only replica perfume. And this one is Sailing Day, and it is, oh, the juice is so beautiful too, guys. I just love everything about this perfume. It is aquatic and it's musky. So it's just my favorite one. I love replica perfumes, but I've learned that I cannot, some of them, they give me headaches. Like, I love Bubble Bath, but it gives me a headache. I loved Coffee Break, gave me a headache. This one does not give me a headache, so I'm so glad, because honestly, this is my favorite one that they have. And if you do like aquatic fragrances, I do recommend picking this one up. And this is another one of my fancier perfumes. So this is Lira, and this smells like a lemon square. Like it's like a gourmand lemon square. Like you're at a tea party and you're outside in a dress and you're having tea, and then you're also having like finger foods, and you're having a lemon square. Like, that's literally the vibe that I get with this fragrance. I love this. My husband hates it though. Like, he smelled it and gagged, and I'm just like, how do you think that this smells gross? Let me know in the comments though if you've smelled this before, and you think it smells gross, or if you think it smells delicious. But I love this fragrance. Like, I don't care if he hates it. I will douse myself in this if I feel like I want to. And next I'm gonna go through Tom Ford. I feel like Tom Ford gets too much hype, and they are way too expensive. So the first one that I have though is the Soleil Blanc. And this is just like your coconutty perfume. My husband picked this up for me for Christmas one year. He really likes it, and it's really nice. It's a sunscreeny, little bit of coconut scent, so nothing to write home about it. And I think that this is like the lighter version, because it's the Ude Soleil Blanc, not the original Soleil Blanc. I think this version though is a lot cheaper than the OG. And then I also picked up this Electric Cherry. I got this during the Sephora sale, and this smells, it does not smell anything like I was expecting it to. It smells, it smells like something else that I have smelled before, and I still have not been able to put my finger on it. But it is a little clean. It is definitely cherry. It's like a burst of cherry too. It's not like a musky cherry or anything like that. But I do like this more than the original of the, what is it? The cherry perfume. I forget what it's called right now. It's completely escaping me. Let me know in the comments below if you know what the OG of this is. But, oh, it's Lost Cherry. That's what it is. But I do like this more than the original. Probably would not repurchase this though because it is so expensive. It is definitely not worth the hype or the price point. And then some of my absolute favorites, which you guys already can see what they are as I'm picking them up, is Flower Bomb. This is the original Flower Bomb. I love this fragrance. Sorry, I was about to drop one of them. It is just a floral bomb in a good way. Again, I hate floral perfumes, but whatever else they put in this, it is magnificent. It is beautiful. This is like, again, this is top 5 for me. And I know that it's overused and all the time, but it is, there's so much hype for a reason, and it is amazing. And then here is the Nectar version of it. It is so good. It has more of a fruity element compared to the original. And I think that there's also gunpowder in here. Like, how did they come up with the notes? Like, what? Who would think like, ooh, let's put gunpowder in a fragrance? But this is so good. I will always have, honestly, both of these in my collection at all times. And getting down to my last 4 that I'm gonna go over today. So I feel like I say this fragrance, or I reference this fragrance all the time, and it is Baccarat Rouge by MFK. You guys all know what it smells like. I feel like I don't need to say anything about it. But I prefer this over any of the other dupes, to be honest. I think if I had to only keep one of the MFK smelling fragrance, it'd just be this one. It's the OG for a reason, and it started a trend for a reason. And then last, I'm gonna go through my Burberry fragrances. So first we'll go over the Her line. So I have the, oh my goodness, I can't ever keep these apart. I have the original Her, I can't tell them apart right now, but one is the original Her and the other one is London Dream. Or maybe it's not. I can't remember. Oh my gosh, guys. And I feel like it's not easy to tell. I think one is, or they both Her, and one is the Toilette. Guys, this is the problem when you have too many fragrances. What is wrong with me? But they are both really good. They smell kind of similar. Maybe this is like a more floral version. I think this one is the original and this one is like maybe a floral version. Really nice. It's a little bit more floral. And then this is the original. I think that the Her gets a lot of hype and I don't know if it's worth it. I'm still kind of making my decision on it. When I first got this though, it used to literally make my throat itchy. So let me know though, if you guys believe in the Her hype, if you think that it is worth it, or if you guys agree with me, if you think it's a little bit too much, there's too much hype to it. And the last one that I'm gonna go over is my Burberry Blush. This is so good. It's a little different. It kind of smells plasticky to me, but in a good way. Like this smells like Barbie to me. It is fresh and fruity, but it smells really clean at the same time. So this is a really good one. Like I like to wear this one when it's a rainy day out and I am like in really soft like sweats and I'm just really comfortable. So this is absolutely beautiful and I really like it. But that is honestly all of the fragrances that I was gonna go over. Sorry, I just got you guys like really close to my face and I don't know what to do with you guys now. But again, these are the second parts of my fragrance, or third parts of the fragrances that I wanted to go over with you. I also have Coochie Kopi over there with my perfumes. So shout out to him and Bob's Burgers. But I hope that you have a great rest of the day. And then I will see you in a 4th video for my perfume collection. Bye guys.